So you can see, you already know this glucose. This is a cell. Which cell? This cell is hepatocyte. Just remember, this cell is hepatocyte. So this is hepatocyte. This is very easy process. You know, I will tell you. You will understand. Okay, this easy is this fatty acid synthesis. You will be amazed to know how easy it is. So you already know glucose oxidase. So glucose will go enter this hepatocyte through which glucose transporter? Anybody tell me? Glucose enter hepatocyte through which GLUT?
Sure.
Which glucose transporter? 2. Yes, through glucose 2. So glucose is transported through GLUT2. Now you know this process. This is called glycolysis. Very easy. You know this process very well. And you know a very important rate limiting enzyme here. What is that important rate limiting enzyme? Phospho-PFK1. This is the very most important rate limiting enzyme. There are 2 more. One before this and one after this. Pyruvate kinase is there. Okay, this is also important, but this is the most important enzyme. Okay, rate limiting enzyme. Now I will tell you. So this will happen like this. Pyruvate, you have eaten too much, well-fed condition. So imagine that your stomach is full, very well-fed condition. So too much of bread you have had right now only. So the glucose will enter this hepatocyte. In hepatocyte, glucose will undergo glycolysis. Okay, glycolysis, pyruvate will, as a result of aerobic glycolysis, pyruvate will form. Pyruvate enter mitochondria. Pyruvate will be converted into acetyl coenzyme A by a very important enzyme called PDH, pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, a bridge reaction I told you. So now this acetyl coenzyme, this pyruvate also form this oxaloacetate as his friend, and you know this is synthesized by pyruvate carboxylase, and this enzyme actually this activates this to produce. Okay, acetyl coenzyme ask this enzyme, okay, please make one friend for me, so that we are separate, we will become one as citrate. So because of stimulation of this pyruvate carboxylase, pyruvate will form oxaloacetate. You know this, and this both will combine and form one citrate. Okay, now so citric acid will go on during initial phase. Citric acid will go on. What is the product because of citric acid? The product because of citric acid is, you know, ATP, and here also produced NADH, and here also NADH, actually NADH, ATP and NADH. And you know this NADH and ATP, they are feedback inhibitor. They are feedback inhibitor. So this both will inhibit this feedback inhibition. This will also inhibit this feedback inhibition. This will also inhibit this if these are produced in very high quantity after certain point. So this citrate also inhibit this. You know, this actually NADH inhibit this more, not this. Okay, anyway. So anyway, this whole process, as product synthesis goes on, this process glycolysis will be retarded, and more than glycolysis, Krebs cycle will be retarded. So what will happen? The fuel has to be diverted to some other way. So if you have eaten too much of carbohydrate, what body does is body has to store that carbohydrate for future use. Basically this carbohydrate is nothing but body look it as energy. So this energy is transformed, actually changed into other form of chemical energy. So this, which is a condensed form of chemical energy. So what does this body do? The citrate that is formed, citrate will go out of this mitochondria, citrate shuttle. So citrate, what does this citrate do? Citrate will break through an enzyme. The enzyme is called lyase. this liase. This is called ATP citrate liase. So this citrate will form acetyl coenzyme A. And here citrate is inhibited, but this the same citrate are activated here. I will tell you this. So you can see this oxaloacetate come back to mitochondria. Okay, again, actually it's replenish this oxaloacetate. What will happen then? This acetyl coenzyme A will be converted into malonyl coenzyme A by a very important enzyme. This is called, acetyl coenzyme A carboxylase. These all are acetyl coenzyme A carboxylase present in the cytosol of the liver, hepatocyte. So this citrate, actually when citrate concentration rises, this signals this all enzymes. Okay, so the fuel is very high. The person A has eaten too much of carbohydrate. Let's store in the form of fatty acid. So what does this citrate do? Citrate send a signal to acetyl coenzyme carboxylase. Okay, you have to be active. You have to be active. One signal is sent by this. So you have to be active. How does it acetyl coenzyme become active? So this polymerizes, and this polymerizes, and polymerization is activated by citrate. And because of polymerization, this acetyl coenzyme A that you told you, this is carboxy, this is carboxy. So this is CH3, this is so. This is acetyl coenzyme A. This is actually CO. So it is a thioester bond. Don't forget it. It is a thio because sulfur means thio, and this is ester bond. Okay, that is why this is called thioester bond. Ester. So this thioester bond is here. So this is acetyl coenzyme. Acetyl coenzyme A converts into by addition of one COO group by an enzyme. This acetyl coenzyme carboxylase. I told you this is ABC enzyme. ABC means it utilizes ATP and biotin to add carbon dioxide to this. So carboxylate group is formed. So this is nothing but, you can see acetyl coenzyme A converted into malonyl coenzyme A in a colloquial language, in a language that we can understand, our brain can understand really well. I call it especially. This is called it sticky acetyl coenzyme A. This actually addition of carboxy makes it sticky. So that this acetyl coenzyme A, this group can be added like this row, and they can stick to each other. So this is the purpose of converting this acetyl into malonyl coenzyme. Remember, this malonyl coenzyme is sticky acetyl coenzyme, and this malonyl coenzyme A now you can see this actually polymerize. So actually, while polymerizing this, the added carboxy group will release. Actually, this will only remain. So what will happen? Every process I will describe in detail. Don't worry about that. So every attachment, every formation, there will be release of the same carbon dioxide that is attached here. Every polymerization will cause release of same carbon dioxide release. So that is how you understand this is the addition of carbon dioxide is just to make this compound sticky enough to form polymer. So understand this. This fatty acid synthesis is basically essentially a polymerization process. Remember, you have seen, I will compare this fatty acid synthesis with the process that you have already studied. You have studied DNA synthesis, haven't you? Tell me.
Yes.
You have synthesis, RNA synthesis. You have synthesis, protein synthesis in your genetics. So these all processes are polymerization. There is formation of bond. And these all processes are uphill reaction, anabolic process. So you have to take this fatty acid synthesis the same way you have studied there. This fatty acid synthesis is also uphill process, energy requiring process. And there is formation of bond between this acetyl coenzyme A. And I have shown this bond by red color. Okay, so that you will understand. Actually, the bond is actually very similar. You cannot differentiate bond between these two carbon and these two carbon because this is covalent, normal covalent bond. So that is how many people don't tell you that it is polymerization. But if you see minutely, it is nothing but essentially polymerization of acetyl coenzyme. If you understand that, so you will understand there will be many cycle of same reaction here, many cycles. So that is how you can understand this, very easy. And this is a very easy reaction, very, very easy reaction. You can see, you already know glycolysis. From glycolysis, fuel is supplied as citrate. Citrate, actually, no acetyl coenzyme cannot come out of the cell because coenzyme is a big molecule. Coenzyme A is a big molecule. And that is why this acetyl coenzyme A cannot cross from the membrane. And this citrate come out of the membrane, and citrate will lyse and produce acetyl coenzyme A through citrate shuttle. Okay. And this acetyl coenzyme A will convert into sticky acetyl coenzyme A. It is called malonyl coenzyme, and then it will polymerize to form this palmitic acid. Is the palmitic acid. And this is primary fatty acid. This is primary fatty acid. And this is done by fatty acyl synthase, that 7 enzyme complex. Okay, this is called machinery. You can see the machinery, it will enter into the machine and polymerize, and it will come out of the machinery. So this is the primary fatty acid is formed. So if our body require longer chain fatty acid, for example, myelin has fatty acid, 22 carbon fatty acid, 24 carbon fatty acid. So how is it synthesized? Actually, it will go into nerve cell. This palmitic acid synthesized in liver will go into nerve cell. And in nerve cell, in endoplasmic reticulum of the nerve cell, it will be synthesized, not in mitochondria, not in cytosol. In nerve cell, by this enzyme, there is a similar type of enzyme system, but similar type of reaction. This enzyme does similar type of reaction that is done to join this. Here also, malonyl coenzyme will be added here. Okay, and this synthesis causes actually elongation of this palmitic acid happens in endoplasmic reticulum. Not only elongation, addition of double bond also happens in endoplasmic reticulum. We will talk at the end. So this is the wholesome process of fatty acid synthesis. Remember, this is the whole process of fatty acid synthesis. If you remember this process, you will understand fatty acid synthesis easy. So this is the main slide. Okay, it took me like 1 to 2 hours to make this slide. So you can understand, you can acknowledge my effort, and you can go through this slide. This is the most important part. I have spent this slide very much time. If you know this process, now everything will be, we will talk about how bond is formed. So we will talk about that process, how fatty acid synthesis, part of enzymes of fatty acid synthesis will require actually how bond is formed, how NADH, how many NADPH is required for bond formation. We will talk about that, and these are very easy process. And at last, we will talk about this elongation also. So be light-minded. So this is the whole process of fatty acid synthesis, a very easy process. So you can see how polymerization happens.